Hello everybody, welcome back to some Liquor Store Simulator. It's so funny, I was looking back at some of the titles of these videos and I'm like, man, I've been rambling for like parts. Like I just get a topic and I just go. I think this is a great series to do that on though, because it's kind of like, you know, I don't really have to like focus on anything else. I'm not being killed by any barrels or, you know, coconuts or anything like that. I'm not being attacked by anything. Like, it's just a great series to just kind of roll on, you know, and just speak, just chill, just relax. And that's the other thing too that I love about this channel. I have so much stuff coming out or that's already out. You know, if it's something y'all don't want or need to hear, it's like, okay, well, hey, plenty of other stuff we can talk about. Oh shit, I have no money. Damn. Plenty of other stuff we can talk about or go through or whatever, you know, it's nice. I'm very happy with all the progress we've made on this channel and really any channel. Anything I've been doing, it's been awesome. How do I have that much money already, like, racked up? Snacks, this thing, I gotta take this thing off. That'll save me, yeah, enough money alone. Alright. I don't need it. Oh, you know what? Guys, check this out. A few parts ago, I was talking about how none of these simulator games have like a dolly or a cart, right? And then I started playing freaking Cafe Mart, or not, jeez, Candy and Toy Simulator, which is like a very rough kind of early access game. It's got some great, interesting features, but it has a dolly in it. The first one I've ever seen. And I was like, oh my god, I literally just talked about this. Same with the freaking hot patch. With the bug, you know, for the delivery system. I talk about it, next day it's patched. Talk about a dolly, next day it's you know, it's not even... I find a game out of nowhere that, like, it has that in it. Crazy though, right? Absolutely freaking wild. Alright, let's do this. Nice. I'll just do a little replenishment. And I think what I'm going to do is open the store and then I'll like keep putting stuff away. So like when I have like 3 or 4 crates in here, I'll open the store and then put everything else away, because I'm pretty confident that I can let a line build up or something, if I'll even have a line, and we'll be okay, you know. Do y'all ever just start talking and then like something randomly triggers a memory of like an old store or an old commercial or something that doesn't exist anymore, and it's just like, oh my god, I remember that. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I have that happen every now and then. People, there's this one like, it's a couple of buddies on an Instagram reel that I keep encountering randomly, and I never save it because I'm always like, ah, well, that's funny, but I don't know. I never really follow any of those accounts. They freaking recreate like old commercials, but like those commercials that are burned in your memory. Oh my god, it's so crazy though, because they'll just say like a certain line or something, and I'm just like, oh, yep, I remember that one. That's wild. Nostalgia is an incredible thing. And, you know I talk about it all the time, but I just think it's interesting that, like, the nostalgia goggles are only accounting for youth. Like, there's some cool things and some fun times, but once you go back and try to recreate those moments, it's just like, oh, well, that's not as good as I remembered. Like, coming back to a job, there was one time when I worked at a job and everything seemingly stayed the same, but my first interaction with the job was just awesome. Like, I loved the job and everything about it, and man, going back, it just was not the same thing. And, you know, like I say, nothing had really changed, but the company just changed slightly. Ever so slightly, where it was like, oh, well, this is not how I remember it. Or, you know, even, I think all of us were kind of just burnt out on the store itself. It was Toys R Us, and it ended up going out of business. But yeah, so I left there full-time, I worked part-time a little bit here and there, and then I came back full-time again, and it was just a different vibe altogether, and everyone was just kind of weird, you know? So, and not to me, but just in general. You know, I think people are just so used to so little hours, and the turnover was high, and it was just kind of like, well. But, I mean, the store was on its way out anyway, you know? I mean, they didn't last too much longer after that, and so it's just kind of like anything. Games, I go back and visit a lot of games on this channel, and that nostalgia, man, I swear. Like I said, I like the youth. I like the inexperience. I like the, you know, naivety of it all. Where I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, this is the peak of gaming. When I know it's not. So now I go back to these retro games. I'm like, yeah, this is a fun little, you know, reminder of what used to be. But, shit. Some of those games are just not even playable these days. That being said, while I'm recording this, I have the Gex trilogy now on Steam, and yep, turns out I've never played the first one, so you know what's crazy? That stupid trilogy. How is the first one not Enter the Gecko? The second one is Enter the Gecko. If you're entering the series or entering the Gecko, shouldn't that be the first title? I mean, I know they're trying to be clever and funny and everything, and, you know, movie references and TV shows, pop culture and this and that, but it's like, if you're entering the Gecko, that's the first one. But it's not the first one. So I was always wondering how I played, you know, quote-unquote, the first one and the third one. I didn't. I played the second and the third one, which makes a lot more sense. It also makes more sense now, too, when I talk about, like, oh, how did this game not progress that much from the first to the third? Well, it did. The first one looks completely rough compared to the second and the third one. The second one didn't really progress that far to the third one. Like, it's a little better, but, you know, it makes a lot more sense. Because I was like, how the hell is there something in between this? I mean, they just put the same engine, the same, well, I mean, probably the same engine, but the same game, same graphics, same coding, same everything into a game and just have it a second part, you know? Even Mario The Lost Levels didn't do that. Like, they changed up the way the bricks looked and added a shitty mushroom and stuff. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, it's just one of those things where, like, I was shocked, but wrong, of course. And I can admit when I'm wrong. I frequently am. Alright. So we're just making some money right now. Just talking to these assholes as they come through. And we'll buy a new product license after this, because I think I'll have enough money, especially with that advertising. The advertising's awesome in these games. Any simulator where there is advertising, get it, because it just moves stuff ahead. Damn, she just wasted a lot of my time. That's crazy. Yo, she is out of her freaking mind for that. But look, it looks like everything's kind of... I mean, we're closing in on the end of the day, and it looks like everything, especially the wine, seems to be, like, holding up pretty well. I usually go pretty overkill on the simulator stuff. You know, like in Supermarket Sim, I have just an entire shelf full of product, the same exact product. And there's no reason for that, other than it just saves some time on replenishment, and just in case. I mean, it's just like a backup to the backup plan. Like, if I don't have enough on the, you know, the warehouses in the back, the shelves in the back, and I don't have enough on the floor, there's a couple other face-outs where then I could, you know, order just a bunch of cases and just go for it. But I never let it get to that low anyway. So I could really get away with, like, half of the product I have on the floor. And that's kind of where I came into this. I'm like, you know, if worse comes to worse, I can run back there and grab a box real quick, you know? Like, it's not that big a deal. And I probably should, just to keep things kind of moving efficiently. Actually, I think I will. I'm going to grab some boxes and do a little replenishment for the last couple of hours, you know? I can be useful. Dude, that is a Christmas jingle for sure. I'm not even monetized on this account. Well, I mean, I might be when this comes out, but it's always worrisome when you hear, like, potentially copywritten stuff in the game, which sucks, because it's like, dude, how are you able to even do non-licensed music in a game? I mean, unless they literally buy the license, but I can't imagine this company getting a license for, wow, they didn't even buy one of those. And I bet they will now that I'm... Anyway, let me just do this. Alright, come on. Come on, buddy. I'm shocked at how not funny the names on the licenses are. I thought they'd do some inside jokes or something, do a little Phasmo action where they have some celebrities here and there. Sports guys, you know, whatever, but they just name generate. They're two Reginas, back-to-back Reginas. What is going on? Dude, the odds of that are crazy. Two Reginas. It's so jazzy, I love it. I don't even care if it's demonetized, if it's monetized to begin with. There's a lot of ifs going into this one, but yeah, I just like this music. It's fun. I used to like consider putting music or like jazz or something on in the background of these videos that I had playing, or like what's it called? You know, just something on in the background. But I'm like, nah, I don't want that. I want it to just be me, the game, and you know, us just vibing. I think if I put on the same soundtracks here and there, it'd get boring or weird, or you know, there's that demonetization thing that could happen, or just a lot of stuff. And I don't know. I know, like, it's not stuff that I would have immediately had to think about, but it's stuff that I'm like, why let it be a headache later on, you know? And that's my thing. I'm not just gonna do stuff just to do stuff. Like, I want to make sure there's purpose behind it all. If one of your favorite series, again, a lot of ifs and everything, had to be taken down because of, like, music or something like that, I would be very not happy about that. Like, you know, if I ever lose some of my favorite things just out of nowhere, it really throws me. You know, I do a lot of stuff for just comfort and familiarity, especially when it comes to anxiety and like calming down and things. I just need that thing that I can kind of hold on to, a familiar stream, YouTube video, movie, whatever. So if that suddenly like just disappears, the whole balance is just gone. We gotta name our store too, actually. Yo, it's a nightmare to edit the best of sometimes because I switch topics or like switch conversations so fast. So I'll be sitting there like, oh, that was a funny part, and then immediately before I even stop talking, I'll launch into something else that has nothing to do with what just happened. Like a funny moment in like a, you know, a Mario or a Donkey Kong where I like die or, you know, something happens and then all of a sudden I'm just like freaking out about it, and then a second later I'm just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. It's like, great. Now I have to try and like thin line this, make it work right. What's in here? What do I need? That bourbon? What the hell? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Jesus. Alright, cool. Oh, and it's right here too. I love it. That's a good transaction right there. Well, we need to order product. So I think I'll replenish, then order product, and then we'll try and get a license if we have some money left over. I was going to do it last time, but we just did not have the freaking money to do so. There you go. Damn, okay. It's like the same 3 songs over and over again, but dude, I don't know. Just don't get tired of them. I just don't get tired of them. Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. And genuinely, if y'all are hanging out here, that really means a lot to me. Because like I say, I mean, oh wait, is that the same thing? No, this is different. So like I say, I mean, I get a lot of enjoyment out of this too. Like, yeah, I do this to hopefully make a living someday. Hopefully, you know, things work out properly, you know, the way I want them to, but it's not the main mission statement. It's not the main goal. I just would never lie to you about that either, though. But that's why it means so much that you're hanging out, because there's no, like, I feel like there's no expectation. You're not forced to. You're not in this because I'm telling you to be in this. And I appreciate that a lot. Like, it's cool, you know? It's cool that we can all just kind of hang out and vibe. Sometimes you just need a place to vibe. And there's not a whole lot of bastions anymore that you can just relax and hang out. They're all gone. A lot of those places. I mean, a lot of places I, grew up watching or hanging out or whatever, it's just not the same. New generations, man, and, there's nothing wrong with it. They need their places too, but it's like, it's just very different. And, we're becoming those people that, like, and even if you're younger and you're becoming more shifted from, like, where your thought process was before, I think a lot of people are very apprehensive. And they're worried about shifting out of that mentality of like, oh man, I'm losing my, my youth, my energy, my delight, whatever. Or I'm just coming out of high school and, I gotta keep holding on to this or that. Or, I don't know. Like, people my age that are kind of like nervous because they're a little in between, like being young and being old. Like, there are people that call you old and people that call you young still. And it's just like, what the hell are we? But we don't have those places, so it's important to just have your places, have your routines, have your things, just embrace life, That's what I've been doing as much as possible. I know we talk about that quite a lot, but yeah, it's kind of how it is. Anyway, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you tons. We will pick this up next time. We definitely have enough money for a license, but I don't know about replenishment license and the new product. We'll see, though. We'll kind of take it step by step, and next part we will try and work this store out a little bit more. But yeah, please take it easy, have a good one, and thank you all again for everything. Seriously. Love y'all.